Hey, welcome for another episode of Live Big. This is a good one. I'm going to let you in on a secret in Ireland that was kept for over 30 years by Jack McGann. Today, I'm going to go out, check out some of the geology, check out some of the trails, dive down and see if I can explore a cave or two, and it should be awesome. Like I tell my kids all the time, there is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. And clearly, you could have bad clothing on a day like today. But I've got a good Barber wax jacket and I'm ready to rock and roll. I love bringing my kids to Ireland too because there's so much to learn. If you're curious about it, it's an amazing place. It's a very resilient people. It goes way beyond Guinness and leprechauns and Irish dancing, that's for sure. Some of the things you can learn is everything from geology to biology to just some of the great adventures you can have beyond sitting in a pub. One of the big adventures is hill walking. That's what we're going to do today to start out before I let you in on that little secret I told you about. The hill walking and the hiking is incredible. There's a whole network throughout Ireland. There's also a network for cycling. There's amazing surfing, horseback riding, falconing, all sorts of stuff to do. You'll never run out of adventures in Ireland, that's for sure. And remember, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. Let's go for a hike. The heavy stuff's coming down for a while. Hey, this is the heavy stuff. This hurts my face. It's like riding a motorcycle in the rain. Ow. Ow. Love of God. So now I'm more than 300 feet underground in the Ailwee Cave. It's an amazing cave system with a couple lakes, a couple waterfalls, some really interesting features. Let's go to one of those waterfalls and I'll tell you the big secret that was kept here for over 30 years. Here's the secret of the Ailwee Cave. Jack McGann was out tending to his sheep. His dog pulled down after a rabbit into a hole. When the dog didn't come up, Jacko decided to check it out for himself. He ended up finding one of the biggest cave systems in Ireland, the Ailwee Cave, and he kept it a secret for over 30 years until he contacted the University of Bristol and had some of those professors come in and check out the cave. They found everything from bare fossil remains that are extinct now to stalactites, stalagmites, and other interesting stuff. It leaves that calcite deposit, pretty amazing natural geological structure. And you've got these curtains and the two praying hands on top that are also more of a calcite from the water seeping in through the limestone. Limestone's all formed from fossils. The bottom of the ocean just getting compressed over years and years, and it's awesome rock climbing. Just behind me you can see stalactites. Those are the ones that are on the top. They're called stalactites because they hang on tight. And the bottom is stalagmite that's built up from the calcite dropping on top of it. And in probably 40 or 50,000 years those will meet. But those behind me are about 8,000 years old, so it's pretty amazing, and it's pretty dark in here when the lights go out. I can't imagine in 1940 exploring this place with just a torch and some book of matches. One of the things that happens to spelunkers, cave explorers, is if they get in the dark, all this water starts to sound like whispers, and different voices will start to come through. So it's incredibly pitch dark in a cave. So before the technology of headlamps and batteries and that sort of thing, these guys were really amazing. This is a great example of one of my 5 core principles for finding your passion or your genius. Always be curious. I was up above on this amazing lunar landscape in the driving wind and rain, and if I wasn't curious, I wouldn't have found this cave. All right, I made it back just before dark. Definitely wasn't bad weather, but I sure had bad pants on. I'm gonna go get some award-winning farm cheese now. If you like this episode, hit subscribe. Plenty of new adventures and a few more from Ireland. Until next time, I'm Sweeney. Live big. Say cheese. Betty, listen, I've had enough. It's my way or the... I had such a crush on Nora from the dive shop. All the boys knew not to mess because they knew I'm just running to the bookstore because there's a real popular book about using statistics in Irish sport. It's called Moneygall. Betty, don't get mad at the boys. I told them if Shannon wouldn't go in the pool, then go ahead and just... Boys, I think your mom's naked. Before you go in the bedroom, you better... No, it's not really snowing out, Betty. I'd say it's more of a... Alright, getting to the place where Kristen feels like probably once a week. See, now I didn't say if it was Declan or PJ, or me, for that matter. No, I should never feel like killing a boy. Maybe not never, but rarely. As you can see, in addition to a great bit of adventure and lots of outdoors, you can smell really good in the Burren. Sorry, Betty, I would have been home earlier, but I got outside the pub and I found the... Betty, the police are coming, we better... Betty, I know, you've got to go to the bathroom and I've got to go too, but we have to find some place where we can both go.